Why can I not see my live? Okay, if you're there, I cannot see it, so bear with me. I don't know if my internet is lagging. Hold on, I'm trying to log on my computer to see if I can see it differently because it's not coming up on my phone. It doesn't help that the whole house is home on the internet either. So if you're there, I'm here. I'm trying to find the chat. Okay, I don't get what's going on. It says live. I see the thing that says live. I see 15 people watching. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, now I can see you guys. Hello. Hello, Kate. Hello, Elizabeth. Hello, Megan. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Frida. Hi, Lisa. Okay, hello, Anne. All right, now I can see you guys. Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. All right, that was a little stressful. All right. Hello, Barbara. Okay, I'm going to put my phone over here. Hopefully it's not in the way so I can try to see the chats. So I have in my hands Simon Hurley Ho 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 Stamp and Die Collection. It is over at Spellbinders. I think you'll have somebody go out and tell me if it's in the description. I think I loaded it in the description for you guys. If somebody can go out and go back in and tell me if it's in there. If not, I'll have to go back and check it again. But I think it is. Let me do this. Hold on. I got a new computer, and you know how technology is supposed to make things easier? It's not exactly making my life easier. But hold on. Let me not give up here. It is faster, so I will say that. It is definitely faster. Ta-da. Okay, I found it. Don't see it. Okay. What I was afraid of. Ta-da. There it is. Now, it's in there. Okay, let me pin it. There we go. So now I've pinned it and it should be there. Okay. And then when I'm done with the live, whatever other things I come up with, I will pin those too. Okay. So this is the Stamp and Die bundle from Spellbinder. So you get the stamps, Ranger, and then the dies are what Spellbinders make. Put them together and we get a bundle. Okay. Here's what I love about them. In typical Simon Hurley fashion, they're a little different, but I don't know what they call it, but when you put your pen down and you draw and you don't lift your pen. That's the design style of this. So I really like that. It's unique. It's different. It's not what anything else is out there. So you have Santa Claus, but you can see like it's that design where you put your pen down and you doodle and you don't lift your pen until you're done doodling. That's what the design is. So we have Santa. We have Santa and his sleigh and the reindeer. And then we have these cute snowflakes. I love snowflakes. That's one of my hangups. If there's something cool with snowflakes, I got to have them. And then we have these trees, and there are little baubles on the trees and little stars on the trees. And then we have Santa Claus is coming to town. You're on the naughty list. I love that. Let it snow, sleigh all the way, ho, 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 Merry Christmas, glad tidings to you. So no matter what kind of a card maker you are, classic, maybe you're not a Christmas card maker, but you are a winter card maker. Maybe you are a little bit of a naughty card maker because there is ho, ho, ho. You are on the naughty list on here. You know, sleigh all the way. Younger, older, traditional, modern. It's all in here. That's why I picked this set to be able to do something with. Okay. So then we have the dies. Let's open those. Why do my comments keep going away? Okay. Yes, Simon is very young. He's hip. He's funny. He's snarky, right? Yes. He's definitely grown his art with his style. Yes. So I've pinned the comment with the link if you guys want to use the link. It's 3 Spellbinders. And then it's also in the description. And I am leaving Monday for Pittsburgh. If you watch the video I posted this morning, I showed these little trays. They're off to the side. And my little magnetic things, they're up here. Tracy is having her second knee surgery Monday. If you recall, she had one a couple years ago. Well, she's having her other knee done. But I am actually going for work. So I'll be flying out Monday for work, and then I'll try to pop in and see her Tuesday. So if you purchase anything from Glassboard Studios, that is not my link. It is Tracy's link. I don't have a Glassboard Studio link, so use the code Tracy15, and that gives Tracy a little bit of a pick-me-up for her. I'm just checking out what we get with these. It looks like we get all the sentiments too. I love when they send sentiment dies. Do we have to have sentiment dies? No, it's not the end of the world if we don't get sentiment dies, but it's a little bonus when we get sentiment dies. And it looks like Spellbinders is giving you everything in this set. Which I love. I love that for us. I might stuff this set in my suitcase and take it with me. We'll see. Look at this. So what I might do is just stamp and die cut a whole bunch of things out and then take them in the suitcase with me, and all I got to do is glue things together. So you get dies for everything. So this is a 6x9 set, 11 pieces, stamps and dies to coordinate on everything. Yes. And I did put Tracy's address in the description of that video. So if you want to send her a little pick-me-up card, go back to the video that says Glassboard Studios goodies that I posted this morning, and her address is in there. So you can send her a little card, okay? If you're not going to buy anything, that's fine. But just send her a little card, okay? But I'll be flying to Pittsburgh Monday for work and staying out there for a couple days for work. Okay. All right. So I had a couple of ideas when I saw this set. So I have some Simon Hurley Stark White cardstock. If you have never used this cardstock, this stuff is thick. Okay. It is heavy duty. You hear it? Super thick cardstock. I mean, you can use it for card bases. You often see Simon watercoloring on it, but this is really thick cardstock. So I had a couple of different ideas for a couple different pieces here. You can buy it in a big pack, 8.5 by 11, 10 pieces, 110 pounds, okay? So this is the Simon Hurley, just really thick cardstock, all right? So I want to show you that. I've also brought in on the side my paper insider box, just in case I want some colored cardstock. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I have some ideas, but we shall see. Of course, I have my Simon Hurley inks off to the side here. So I think the first thing I want to do is I'm going to do a little bit of ink blending in the background, because I feel like the first one is we got to do like a blended sky. I keep missing the talks of Northern Lights, and I feel like Santa Claus needs to be coming in on some blended sky background. All right, so I'm going to grab a little bit of like a corally. Let me see what I got here. Let's just grab it all, Nance. What colors do we got here? Yes. Stupid Cupid. Perfect. Then we need some kind of purple. Purple makes everything better. Pompous. And then like a dark blue. Midnight Snack. Okay, so this is going to be my sky. Not a traditional sky, but something a little different. And we're going to go ink blend it. So we're going to see how these things actually work in action here. They're quite strong. So we'll start with those two. Do this. And this. And then we'll come back to that guy. This. My phone keeps putting ads up over my comments. Yes, the new name, Stupid Cupid. I'm using his Stellar inks, which are the new foam pads. Love them. Pompous. And Midnight Snack. Some of these are new colors. If you have not seen the couple of videos I have done on these Stellar ink pads, and if they are worth it or not, I will tell you, yes, they are 100% worth it. I am biased, though, because I am a foam ink pad girl. Okay, from day one, I have been a foam ink pad girl. They're not at Spellbinders, but they are at scrapbook.com. That link is in my videos, but also in the description. I did put scrapbook.com because I know sometimes you guys want alternative places where I don't have some of these things. So scrapbook.com, ranger.com as well. So wherever you guys want to go. All right, I'm going to start with this Stupid Cupid. Stupid Cupid. And I'm just going to go from the bottom here. We need to really saturate this. And one thing I learned from my friend Tracy, who is the queen of ink blending, is dirty brushes make the best brushes for ink blending. So you really want to saturate your ink, saturate your paper. And I really want to do like 2/3 of this paper in this color, because this is going to go from the ground up. I'd love to see a craft room tour. I'm pretty close getting there. In fact, I need to go to the post office because at this point, I've done some local like yard sale stuff, and I think I've sold a couple of things at the yard sale. I had some extra machines and stuff that I just was hoarding and wasn't going to use, like old Big Shots and stuff that I bought back when I was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and stuff. And so I think at this point I will probably do the destashing boxes again. I will warn you, it's a lot of older stuff. And at this point, it's like, okay, Nancy, you're just holding on to stuff just to hold on to stuff. So I may be doing some destashing boxes, a lot of hot foil plates in there, a lot of dies in there. And it will be a just to get rid of it destashing. Like it'll probably be I'm thinking I just want to fill up the boxes, those big medium-sized boxes, because I think the postage on those is like you fill it up and it's $20 for the postage last time when I did them. So I'll probably just do them for like $60, and that includes the postage, just so I can get everything out of my garage. So I'll keep you guys posted. That'll be on my Nancy Stamps Facebook page. So keep your eyes open if you are looking for dies, some stamps, some mini ink cubes. I found a whole bunch of Hero Arts mini ink cubes, Pink Fresh Studios mini ink cubes. I'm just going to dump them all in these boxes and then get rid of them. Lots and lots of hot foil plates, though, like Crafter's Companions hot foil plates, just stuff that I'm not using anymore. All right, so you can see how nicely this paper is blending. Again, the inkier your brushes, the dirtier your, I never clean my brushes. The dirtier your brushes are, the more saturated your paper gets, the better it's going to blend, okay? Now, if you guys say, well, how do I stop from getting those circle marks on my paper? You have to saturate your paper more and start off your paper on your glass mat. And one of the things that we talked about when I did the glass mat video was how easy it is to clean up these glass mats. They're so versatile. You can cut on them, you can, glue on them, you can blend on them. And the code Tracy15 gets you 15% off. And they have this new sparkle mat. You guys, I am on the fence. I'm like, do I want it? Do I need it? I don't need it. I love this mat. But I am like so on the fence. Like, do I get it? Do I not get it? I think ultimately I probably will not buy it because I really don't need it. Okay, but that's how you get rid of those like blob marks, is you just keep putting ink and keep blending it until you have a nice smooth blend. Look how nice and smooth that blend is. See, I learned that from Tracy. You keep inking it. Dirty brushes, inky paper, and using nice smooth paper. That's also a good tip. So this is really good paper. All right, so that is my first color, and we will come back in and blend the seam in a minute. Yes, I know Megan loves my D-stashes. All right, so I'm going to slide that one down and move this one in. So the second color is Pompous. And Megan's husband doesn't like when I D-stash, but Megan loves when I D-stash. Megan, if you need me to send it to the neighbor's house, I'm fine with that. Okay, so we're going to go in with Pompous now. And again, I'm going to kind of start off the edge and come into that. She says he deals with it. Megan's husband deals with it. Off the edge into the middle here. I will say, Stephen has given me a big utility shelving unit in the garage because he realizes not everything is going to fit in my craft room. So we got nice bins and the things that I must absolutely keep, but maybe I don't use all year round. Like excess foils, like I can't get rid of all my foils. I do have to keep some excess overage of foils, especially like when I teach foiling classes and stuff like that. I do have some excess foils. And like Christmas stuff, holiday stuff, Halloween stuff, they're all in totes. I did like cut them down and like get rid of some things, but there's still some classic ones that I keep. They're in totes. Big 12 by 12 papers. I know I keep saying I'm going to get back into scrapbooking, but I've again, de-stashed a lot of them, kept the ones that I want to keep. All right, I just want to show you again how smooth my blending is. And I'm just going to go back in with my stupid Cupid brush and just kind of blend that line there where the seam is. Not going back in with more ink, but just kind of blending that seam a little bit. Pretty. All right. And pretty happy with Pompous, which is the purple here. So a little bit more ink on this side. But the garage looks pretty good. He's done a really great job at making that garage nice and neat. But Steve has major, like, his OCD. Like, he wants everything nice and neat, in order, in place. I am very, very lucky to have a man who likes to cook and clean and put things away. I'm very blessed because when I come home, dinner is ready. He has cooked, he has cleaned, he has put the dishes away, he's done laundry. The garage is all in order and put away. So I probably have the messiest room in the house with my craft room / office. It's like, close the door, don't look at my room. But he is very organized. Like, even in the bathroom, we have, the dual vanities. His side is very neat, very clean. Everything's put away. My side, makeup brushes everywhere, vitamins, hair, toothbrush, toothpaste splatters. Like, I'm embarrassed. And I thought, like, oh, I'm a very neat person, I like things put away. No, he's got me beat. I'm not complaining. He does a fabulous job taking care of us. All right. Yes, but I do have some organization when it comes to putting my things away, my craft supplies. I do have a little bit better organization with. I've tried to put all my design team stuff, and that's pretty much what I'm focusing on, like Spellbinder stuff, Gina K stuff, Catherine Pooler stuff. And then there's the people I love, my Blue Knight rubber stamp stuff, the Ton stuff, Lisa stuff at Local King Rubber Stamps. I know she's kind of retiring away from the red rubber stamps and going to digital stuff, but I still love her stuff. I love her stamps. So, I won't be purging any of those anytime soon. There is Midnight Snack, which is the navy blue. And I'm going to leave that little white area there. I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'm going to go back in here with the Pompous. Just kind of smooth this out a little bit. And then I kind of have like, so all my like design team stuff. And then there's the people, I like certain companies that I buy, Waffle Flour and things like that. Papers, inks, markers, but I really kind of cut down on companies and not bought stuff just to buy it. Oh, it's a butterfly, let me just buy that because it's a butterfly, and say, do I have a company that I already have something similar to this? So I'm really trying to cut back that way. Have I been successful at it? Not as much as I could be. I mean, if it's a butterfly, I gotta have it. Can't help it. Yeah, I mean, there's Kevin. There's just so many great companies out there that I'm like you guys. I told you, I do this to support them. And when I get affiliate stuff, like, where do you think my money goes? I buy more stuff. Like, I paid for this stuff. Like, I was like, ooh, that's cool, I'm gonna buy it. All right. So before I go any further with this, I do want to do the sprinkle stuff. Ooh, I'm going to use the Spellbinder stuff. We're going to do this. So moving has only because of space, moving has kind of forced me to reevaluate, what do I have to have? What do I need to destash? Otherwise, I probably would have tried to keep as much as I could have kept. As I buy these new Simon Hurley Stellar inks, like Midnight Snack is not a new color. I've got rid of the felt pads because I would prefer to have his Stellar pads over the felt pad. So I'll sell the felt pad. So, and at that point, destashing is just about, kind of getting rid of the stuff. And I do need to buy a couple more organization things. Like, I need to buy some more shelves and stuff. So that's where the money's going to go, to buy some more shelves. And I have to go upwards, and you'll see that when I do the kind of the video. Okay, so this is Spellbinder Splatter Effects Sparkle, and this is a pearlescent sparkle. It's very shimmery and shiny, and I kind of want this to have that snow effect. And this is a very simple card. It's not going to be anything super fancy on this one. And all we're going to do is, it has a brush, almost like getting your nail polish done. And all we're going to do here is just, that's it. We're going to let the sparkle do the work for us. Okay, I think that's a good amount of sparkle. I don't want to overdo it. And all I did was just shake it up real good, take it to the tip of the bottle, and splat. You see that? Okay, so I'm just going to set that aside to dry. I'm going to wipe my desk down with ink cleaner here real quick. And I've pulled out my Stellar ink in Black Widow. And I got my Simon Hurley stamping blocks here. And I'm going to use the bigger one. These are super sticky, man. They just want to go right down on there. Okay. I'm going to do that. Let me pick a pretty background. Ooh, this almost looks like a piece of the, I keep calling it luxury cardstock, but it's not luxury cardstock. It's called treasured cardstock. What is that? I think that glitter might be too chunky. Let me see here. Yeah, that's too chunky. It matches pretty good. Okay, so this is the treasured cardstock from Spellbinders, the aqua, but its glitter is much more fine. This came out of the Paper Insider. So I'll have to see, which one do I want to go with? Do I want to go with the treasured cardstock, or do I want to go with, well, I already have a piece cut down here. It's a little dark. I think I need something more purpley. Keep searching. Or more navy, something darker. And I'm just going through my Paper Insider boxes here. I have a dark navy in here. Where is it? It's too shiny. Aha, here we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's what I want. Okay, so let me cut this down a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna make that the card base. Oh yeah, that's plenty thick enough. Okay, I'm gonna make that whole card the card base. I'm cutting it at 5.5, scoring it at 4 1/4. It's a nice dark navy card base. And now I can put that on there. I have to trim this down a little bit. I can trim it after I glue it. Okay, now where'd I put Santa? Here he is. And Santa should go like this. And then the trees can just be stamped along the bottom, like he's just going over the trees. Simple, but that background really is standing out. Who says that? Oh my God, I haven't caught a live in forever. Hi, Lisa. Yes, I'm just hanging out. Playing with some new Simon Hurley Create Ho 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 Stamp and Die Bundle. I don't know. Should we stamp and cut Santa out? I kind of just want to do like a silhouette of him. Let's stamp him. If I don't like him, I can always color him in with marker, right? Yeah, I might color him in with some marker. We'll see. Okay, let's clean that off. Let that dry. Let me get the trees out. I'm going to stamp the trees along the bottom. And if worst case we don't like him, we can stamp him, color him, and die cut him out and paste him over. And we just need the tops of the trees. And I'm going to grab the dark green. It's Ivy League. These are pretty easy to stamp with. They're not, and those inks make it easy because they're nice and juicy inks. So when you are using the felt pads, absolutely you want to use your Misty. But these Stellar inks, they're very juicy. Leah just got her report card, all A's, 1B. And I think it was in social studies, so I don't blame her on that. It was not my favorite subject either. And Xavier is doing well. He is working, and I think looking to sign up for some classes in the winter in January. So we'll see. We'll see. Kind of threw him off when we moved because he was signed up to go join the electrician's apprenticeship before we moved. And then when we moved, that kind of threw a wrench in everything for him, unfortunately. All right. So if you just jumped on, this is the new Simon Hurley Ho 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 stamp set, stamp and die bundle from Spellbinders. I put it in the description and tagged it. And I used Stupid Cupid Stellar ink, Pompous, and Midnight Snack. These are all Simon Hurley Stellar inks, which are just the spongy ink pads. And I ink blended those in the background on Simon Hurley's cardstock. And then I used some Spellbinders sparkle to give it this like snow effect, just splattered that on there. Then I stamped in Black Widow ink, Santa, and in Ivy League, I stamped the trees. And I think I should be able to color these in because those are dye-based inks. I should be able to color those in with Copic markers here. So I'm just going to slide these out of the way. And I just have some basic Copic markers here. I'm not going to do anything super fancy. I'm going to test this out, my little theory here on the trees. There's these little like lights, bubbles, whatever you want to call them, hanging on the trees. So I'm trying not to color those in. I have another idea for those and the star. In a second, I'll bring that in. And this is Olo Marker Forest Collection. And this is YG 8.7. Yeah, that one's too light. Okay. What color over the snow spots? I guess we'll find out because there is a couple of them. Nope. Looks like the sparkle's still shining through. Yep, that sparkle is sparkling right through. Now it should change the color of it. It's green sparkle now instead of a white sparkle. But no, the sparkle is hanging in there. Oops, almost went right over that star. Okay. Key. I'm going to take the little bit darker color, which is on the other end, which is G17, and just go in some of the areas where it looks like the branches are kind of overlapping, just go in with that. Again, I'm not doing super blending coloring here. You guys know I don't do all of that. So just in a couple spots, just all right. And then I am going to add a little bit of yellow underneath our star. It's not going to make that much of a difference, but just makes me feel better. And then I'm going to add a little bit of red where our little baubles are. Okay, so they're all pretty much colored. All right, let's see what we can do with Santa here. I'm going to try not to get my head in the way too much. Okay, I think his suit needs to be a little bit more bright red. Okay, that helped out a little bit there. Oh, hey Amanda, how do I like the new tracer glass board? Oh, I really like the ink ones. And then I just slid, I don't know if you guys can see, I just slid the stamping blocks over. So I just started using them today. So yes. Hey Mandy. Hi. Just coloring along here. Yesterday was my future mother-in-law's birthday, but she's been feeling a little under the weather. Actually, everybody has. Leah was sick this week, missed a day at school. Xavier came home today from work and like went right to his room, so I knew he wasn't feeling well. I think he's getting a little bit of a chest cold. My allergies have been out of control. Hi Leanne. So yeah, it's been like everybody's a little bit, it's that time of year when everybody kind of catches something. And now I'm all like nervous because I have to get on a plane. Okay, that was E57 for the deer. I'm going to go in a little darker for the antlers with E29. I think I'm going to get away with this whole coloring everybody in and not having to die cut. Not that I would have minded, but I didn't want to color it twice. And the whole like whimsical drawing of everything makes it a little easier, I think, because if I color outside the lines, it just looks like it was drawn that way. No one's gonna suspect a thing. Okay, I gotta figure out what to do with this sled because it is a little weird around the sled and him and how things were kind of drawn there. So that is the only part I gotta figure out. So we'll just tackle that one small thing at a time. So I think, I don't know why, but I always think Santa has a big blue velvet sack. So that's what we're going to make this here with all these toys. That's what we're going to pretend anyway here. That is the bag of toys. And they need to be gift wrapped in bright different colors. I already have a tree. This needs to be a tag. Trying not to put my head in the way. All right. I'm going to make this the moon. You know why? Because I can. I don't know exactly what it's supposed to be, but for now, it's the moon. All right, now I'm going to grab a white gel pen and touch up some things here. Let me show you where we're at. Here we are. And none of this was hard, you guys. This was all very simple to do. Jinx myself. No, my white gel pen. Oh, there we go. Just takes a minute to come out. Just trying to find a piece of scratch paper to scribble on. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to fuss with this pen. And I have like 8 million of them. Ooh, I have a black one. I could use that on his boots. Oh, come on. Open brand new pens and they don't want to write either. And performance on YouTube anxiety. What the heck? All right, I'm not going to mess too much with that. All right, and then I'm going to grab some Lunar paste. I forgot to do Santa's mustache and beard. Why? Why are you not working? Oh, where's the black? The black on their noses. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect for their noses. Okay. I now stuck my head in there so you guys didn't see what I just did. I took the black Sakura pen and I did their noses. See how cute? And I did the white gel pen all over Santa's face and clothes and everything else. And I'm not going to mess with that anymore. We're going to leave that alone. All right. And these need to be stored upside down to get them to work. All right. Let's see here. I want to grab some gold or yellow Luna paste. My wish came true. I went right over and it came out. And I'm going to grab a little brush, spatula type doodad thingy, tool, something. This is probably taking it a little overboard here. But this is what I do. Sometimes I go a little extra where I don't need to. All right, I'm going to grab a little water. Water, spray on the glass mat. Paintbrush, wet it. Grab a little bit of the lunar paste. And this is just lunar paste in, I cannot read that. Just yellow, gold. I think this is shooting star. Regular. And I'm going to paint my stars. Oh, might be too wet. Need more. Probably should have used a smaller brush. And I'm going to do this little hidden moon back here too. Okay. Okay, so that is that one. So much fun. All right, so that's that one. And I'm just going to give that a moment to dry. It won't take very long for that lunar paste to dry. And then we're going to put it down on this card base here. And we'll stamp a sentiment and put it on the inside. Okay, so that is card number 1. But we're not done. We're going to use the snowflakes, which I think this one's going to be a very easy one to do. Bye, Frida. Next Stamp Wars, we are aiming for probably the end of December. Again, lots of traveling going on with work and things like that. So probably end of December. Okay, so I grabbed the snowflakes. This one you can do either die cut. I'm just going to do direct stamping, but I'm going to do this whole background with the snowflakes. I'm going to grab a couple different colors of blue ink here. Okay, so we have Clear Skies. I like this iced out, although it's more like a green than a blue. And then we have Midnight Snacks. We have those. You could do any colors you want, but I'm going to stick with the blues. Okay, same kind of thing. I'm going to start with this iced out. It's like a minty, kind of light blue, green color. And go all over the background here. More focusing on the edges. I'm going to kind of try to leave the center. It's like the perfect name, perfect color. Iced out. Okay, that's all I wanted to do with that. Then same thing. I'm just going to wipe up the background here real quick. With inks, I'm going to grab Clear Skies and Midnight Snacks. So I'm going to start with Clear Skies, and I'm going to ink up my stamp. And again, these are spongy ink pads, so you do not need to push a lot of ink on these. They're very easy to put ink. They are very juicy. That's the first color. Then I'm going to grab Midnight Snack. And I'm just going to lightly, just kind of like, just gently tap in a couple different spots. Okay, not a lot. And then I'm going to stamp around the edges here. So we're going to border this with snowflakes. See how that looks? All right, so we're going to do that again. Now, if you're worried about your darker ink contaminating your lighter ink, you can clean your ink pad in between. I'm going to put this here so I don't mess up my ink pads. So if you are worried about that, you can just wipe in between. Not going to hurt anything, really. Start with the lighter. And then just gently, I mean, barely touch with the darker. Yes, they're water-based dye inks. They're amazing. See that one? I put a little bit less dark ink. How pretty that is. And we're going to keep going around. Now this one I put a little bit more darker ink. More dark ink, I should say, not more darker. No, I have this really fun. Yeah, it does kind of remind of a Etch and Sketch because, like I said, the design is this: once you start, you don't lift design. It's like he drew it, and I'm assuming he drew. I don't know, but you put your pen down. I don't know what the name of it is, but you put your pen down and you draw, and you don't lift until you're done. So I know that's the type of design that it is. Okay, and then this one's really simple. I'm just going to stamp the sentiment right in the center. And that's going to be that one. And actually, let's just piece of paper here. We'll do the sentiments for that one and that one. I guess we'll do Let It Snow for that one because it's very simple. And what I'll probably do is stamp out the snowflakes again, cut the snowflake, put that on there, pop it up. So we're going to do the snowflakes again. Then I'll die cut it and put the sentiment right in the middle of that one. So that, and then I'll pop it up on there. So that'll be that one. And then we need Let It Snow. Can't really see that. Okay, so that's for that card. And then I think for the other one, I'll do Sleigh All Day because that's just fun. Oh, Sleigh All the Way. That one, and we'll just do that one in black. We do Merry Christmas. We'll do all of our sentiments here. I'm going to do Bee Sting for that one. Let's see here. Let's do ho, ho, ho. And you're on the naughty list. That one's in the color 4. And you're on the naughty list will be in Love Bomb. No, Simon Hurley has nothing to do with Simon Says Stamp. Simon Says Stamp was the name of Heidi's dog, Simon. So the little boxer dog, I think that's what he is. Not a boxer. Oh my gosh, what kind of dog is he? He's not a boxer. I always want to call those dogs boxers, but they're not boxers. But that was her dog, which I think he has passed away by at this point. But no. Okay. Feasting and 4 we're going to keep out. But no, Simon Hurley is not her son. Okay, so, and I think Simon is like 20, 21, right? Okay, so we're going to move these out of the way for a second. No, he's not a Frenchie. Forget what kind of dog he is. Is he a Frenchie? But he's not a traditional Frenchie. Okay. We're going to do some die cutting. Boston Terrier. That's correct. Thank you. Because he has the spots on him. Yes. That's it. Yes. All right. We're going to grab the dies and die cut those. Okay, so let's see here. Grab the dies. I think I'll do all the sentiments first and then come back and cut that snowflake out. And this is where these little trays come in handy because I can dump everything in here too. And I know I'm using my magnetic mat, but sometimes that doesn't always work. So I need a little bit of washi tape. All right, we've got a little bit of an angle here because I don't want this one giving me a speed bump. Now, does this one go this way? Yes, I think I had it upside down. That's lined up pretty good. Okay, I think we're okay. I don't think I'm gonna tape the rest of those. I'm gonna wing it. Famous last words, right? Okay. And I'm just putting these back in my little tray next to me. The dies, I'll put those back in the bag, and then these can go in this tray. And we just have to do the snowflake. I saved for last because it's a big die and I didn't want to cut into any of the other papers. I didn't know how this die went. Okay, see how it cuts into the other papers there? Okay, now I don't care because I've already die cut all my sentiments out. I need to find my Spellbinder's foam tape. It has gone missing. Although Hair Blossoms foam tape is pretty awesome, so not really complaining. Okay, see, now we pop up our beautiful snowflake in the center, and we glue down our sentiment with glue. I'm not happy with that. Hold, please. Okay, stay. That's better. It was too much white for me, so we took that iced out ink and colored over it. Now I just need to re-glue it. Another benefit to glass mat, you can stick glue to it and then it will just come right off. No biggie. Yeah, this would be very easy to mass create. All of these are pretty easy. Ta-da. Okay, there's number 2. I need a side folding card for that one. We'll make that in a minute. All right, and then the third one I think we're going to do pretty easy is just for Santa. Where is that? I think that treasured cardstock actually would look really nice with that one. Oh, that's too teal too. We need like a minty one for that one too. Ooh, ooh. Perfect. Paper Insider box. I'm telling you, you guys, this box has saved me so many times. Where's my chat? Stop taking my chat away. You could splatter that one with the sparkle too, and it would look nice. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yes, that's what it needed. Need a little bit of shimmer. All right, we'll give that a second to dry and you'll be able to see that a little better. All right, let me glue this one together. All right, apparently I didn't cut this one. I cut it too big. It's better to be too big than too small. So we will trim this one by hand. Ta-da. Now it fits. Okay, that one's good there. And then I'll put a little piece of white paper in here. Okay, and this one says Slay all the way. Merry Christmas. Great card for a gift card. Okay, that one's done. I think I can throw one more in here because we got to do something with Santa. Oh, I just bent my pen, my glue pen. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Oh, I'll have to grab a spare one and fix that later. Okay, so I would like to do something with Santa because ho, 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 you on the naughty list. That's going to be Santa. So I think that one we just make really simple. And I think I'm going to do the same thing. Ooh, I know what I want to use for this one. I have that really pretty red shiny paper. This one. I've been coveting this paper. You guys remember this one. Oh, yes. This is going to go in the background. Use this and this and this. Yes, that's going to make a beautiful card. Okay. Okay, so this one's going to be really simple. We're going to stamp and color this one. I think it'll be very easy to do. Same thing. Stamping it in Black Widow ink first. Perfect. Hi, Jojo. How are you? Okay. So I'm going to give this a second to dry a little bit. I just am really having a good time with this set because as soon as I saw it, I was like, yes, please send me that. Because again, I think no matter what kind of a card maker you are, whether you are Christmas or winter, traditional, snarky, there's a little bit of something for everybody in this set. And you get dies for everything if you do the bundles. And I think even though, and I've preached before, hey, if you have a scan and cut, you don't need the dies. For this one, I'm going to say get the bundle because A, you get all the dies, and B, because of the way that this is designed, again, this is very drawn, that method where the pen touches, draws, keeps touching and keeps drawing, and then it doesn't lift. So it's going to be really kind of hard for the scan and cut to do that because of how delicate. Just get the dice, get the bundle. It's so worth it. For those of you guys that are just joining us, I've already made 2 cards. This first one, I just did some really simple ink blending with 3 different colors. Stamped the trees down here, just colored everything with Copic markers. I did a little bit of lunar paste with some, I think this is the stars. I can't read it. I think it's shooting stars. Shooting star, yeah, lunar paste. I just took a little paintbrush and did the moon and the stars real quick. And the rest of this is just alcohol markers, and this is alcohol markers colored in, and then used the splatter, Spellbinder splatter. Oh, not Raven, splatter. Raven's black. Sparkle splatter effects, and got that snow effect on there. So all of these things can be found at Spellbinders except for the Simon Hurley inks. The Simon Hurley inks, you got to go to Ranger or you got to go to scrapbook.com and pick them up. And then the second one I did, I just used the Simon Hurley inks and did some really simple ink blending. And then I double inked the stamps with 2 different colors of inks, stamped them around, die cut out the snowflake, and then stamped, die cut and stamped Lit It Snow, and put that on top with some foam tape. And then again, did that sparkle. So you can see that on there. It's not coming out as much on here, but it's very, you can see it in there. Very pretty. We love the sparkle. You can really see it here on there. I really like this one. Okay, so there are the 2 cards I've already made. And then this is going to be the third one. And I think with this one, with Santa, I just stamped him out with Stellar Ink, Black Widow, and I have Ho 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 and You're on the Naughty List as the 2 more sentiments that I want to use for this one. And for this one, I was just waiting for him to dry so I could color him in with some markers. It is an amazing little set. Okay, so, well, we don't want mustard. Do we want mustard? I don't think we want mustard. We're going to go a little bit more fleshy colored here. You color Santa any way you want, but my Santa is going to be, I don't know what color this is. I cannot see. This yellowish shade. YR20. I know a lot of you guys have asked, like, hey, where's my mom? How's she doing? She moved to Virginia with my uncle. So I guess she's doing okay. That's where she is. She did not move with us here. That was one of the things about moving down here, was to help, you know, Steve's parents only live right down the street, 3.5 miles. So it was kind of like to help take care of his parents, and for my mom to go and to go stay with my uncle. Her take care of him take care of her. They kind of take care of each other. This one is R01, which is a little bit more pink to it. So I'm putting that on his cheeks and on his nose a little bit here. So that's where my mother is. Kids are doing good. Steve is working as postman. He's the mail carrier. You guys know I had a little bit of a crush on my old mail carrier at the old house, so he got in the right field. This is C1, which is a gray, a light gray for Santa. And I think I'm just gonna carry this throughout his mustache, beard, eyebrows. And again, this is all kind of scribbly here, so it's kind of like, just got to follow what's drawn here. Oh, I will be posting, I already talked about goodie boxes, destashing boxes, I should say. I just got to figure out dates. Probably one will be here in the near future. Toner foiling and hot foiling classes. It will probably, only be one of each just because of how tight my schedule is. Gauging on interest, it will be one basic toner foiling class. In other words, you have a mink or a fuse machine, you're really not that comfortable in using it, you must have an approved mink or fuse machine. I am not going to be accepting laminators in this class. You must have an approved mink or fuse machine to sign up for the class. Once you have the machine, you must also have approved toner foils. So either foils from Deco Foil, ThermoWeb, H&H, Gina K, Pink and Main, approved foils. And then you will also want to have some kind of toner sheets. In other words, like full toner sheets, again, from ThermoWeb, polyglaze sheets from Gina K, or toner sheets from Pink and Main, something like that. So we can do reverse foiling. It's just going to be basic. How do you foil? How do you use your leftover foils? Basic foiling classes. So I will be teaching probably one class, maybe two, again, just depending on how many people. The classes do tend to fill up pretty quickly when we do them, especially this time of year. The classes are normally for about an hour. It's a virtual Zoom class. You do not have to pay for Zoom. I pay for the Zoom. All you do is need to have a cell phone or a computer or an iPad or something where you have a camera, a microphone on there, which most modern cell phones and computers do have, so that I can see what you are creating. And that way, when you have questions, you can hold it up and say, hey, Nancy, I am getting these black spots. Why am I getting these black spots? Can you help me with this? Or why is my foil not sticking on here? Or what is, what's going on? But you must have an approved mink machine, fuse machine, the approved correct foil, because I cannot tell you how many people sign up for these classes and then they're not using the right foil. They don't have the right machine. So if it's not a mink machine or a fuse machine, then, I can't help you if you're not using the right machine. So those signups will be coming up. They will be on the Foiling Snobs Club page, and you just sign up through a Google sign up sheet, and classes are usually an hour. I will also do a hot foil class, and the hot foil class will be for the Glimmer hot foil machine, the Gemini foil press machine, or the Go press and foil machine. Those are the hot foil machines. And again, you must have the approved hot foil machine, hot foils, hot foil plates, and I will show you how to do basic hot foiling and how to use your leftover hot foil. So you'll need a full, solid, approved hot foil plate. The hot foil plates that you want to have are either a pink fresh hot foil plate, a waffle flower hot foil plate, or a Catherine Pooler hot foil plate. Those are the only 3 approved solid hot foil plates. If you have anything other than that, it's probably not going to work. There are other companies that make solid hot foil plates that just don't work, unfortunately. So those signups will be coming very, very soon. You know what I want to use? I want to use a sparkle pen. I haven't used a sparkle pen in a long time. Who's there? Hi, Catherine. You're not late. It's okay. Good. I also said that I will be offering a little goodie bag, and what will be in the goodie bag? So the goodie bag is going to give you a little sampling of either toner foil or hot foil. It will give you some toner sheets or polyglaze sheets. It will give you some toner sheets so you can do your reverse foiling. So in other words, if you don't have foil, toner sheets, toner, something to foil, something to use the leftover foil, I can sell you that before the class. So I will be selling that. It's just going to have, like I said, a little sample of foil, toner sheet to foil, a toner, a pre-printed polyglaze sheet, or something like that for you to use in your machine. Okay, I think Santa looks pretty darn good. What do you think? What do you think? Let's going to draw some little whiskers in here. All right, I'm done messing with Santa. I'm going to put some shimmer at the top there. Well, because what happens, Amanda, is people show up with a laminator and they're like, I can't get it to work. Well, yeah, because not all laminators are the same, and there's a million laminators out there that are not going to foil. Or they go on Amazon and they buy this haul of foil and they have no idea what kind of foil it is, and it could be hot foil and they're trying to take the toner foil class and it doesn't work. It foils all over everything, or vice versa. They're taking, it doesn't work. So these things happen. There's also another type of ink machine on the market, which is not a real ink machine. It doesn't work the same. So that is not an approved ink machine to me. It doesn't have heat settings, so it just doesn't work correctly. Okay, my Santa is all colored in. So there are certain things that you need for success. It's like baking with the right ingredients. You don't put sugar where sugar is supposed to be, where salt is supposed to be, and you don't put salt where sugar is supposed to be. They look the same, but they're not the same. So that's the secret to success in foiling. And I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want to waste my time in teaching you the right way to do it. If you want to learn the right way, you can go through and watch. I have thousands and thousands of videos you can go and watch. Hours and hours of videos that I have done. And you can watch any of those videos at any time for free. If you want to watch them at 3 o'clock in the morning, go right ahead. But if I'm going to spend an hour of my time and your time to personally help you through Zoom, I want you to get the most out of your time with me and other people that are going to be in there, because it's usually like, sometimes it's 20 people that can be in there. And, I don't want to waste anyone's time saying, I'm sorry, but you have the wrong stuff. I can't help you. And that happens sometimes. And it's a shame when that happens. I'm going to die cut Santa out here. So this is personalized class with me through Zoom, where I can look and say, yeah, you know what your problem is? What's your heat setting? Can you try this heat setting? Do you have a shim? Let's try a shim. Can you try dusty? So there are certain things that I can see, and then you will be surprised how many people are like, oh my gosh, I never tried that before. Oh, let me try that. And boom, we get it fixed, and it makes a difference. And people do, excuse me, buy the wrong things and try to come to these classes and say, oh, this is the foil that I have. And then I say, show it to me. And I'm like, where did you get that? I bought it off of Amazon. And I'm like, that is not the right foil. Well, isn't all foil the same? No, it's not. Oh, and it's happened. And, they just don't know, or they don't read, and they don't want to take the time to watch the videos. And, unfortunately, I have spent a lot of time to learn, and I was taught by a very amazing woman. And unfortunately, she is retired. Her company is retired. But she sold all of her stuff to Pink and Main. So you can still buy her products from Pink and Main. I'm very lucky to work with Gina Kay and Pink and Main, who have amazing products, who have amazing value in their machines and their foil. And so, that's why I support those companies, so that you guys can get the best products at the best prices and customer service to back it up. So that's what I'm here to do, is to help you guys. But don't go on like Temu or, AliExpress or Amazon and be like, well, I got this 25 pack of foil for $10. Well, then don't come to me when it doesn't work. There's a reason. And I know it's hard for people that are in other countries. We do try to find sources for you guys for other countries, but sometimes it's tough. We do try to post them in the group, but I am based in the US. The majority of the products that I get are based in the US, and I'm sorry, but that's just where I am. Can I help you? Are you going to do foiling videos with me? Are you going to color Santa Claus with me? I just told all of them that you clean the house and cook and everything.
I was just coming to see what my sexy woman was doing.
Doing a live. Ew, you smell like garlic. What are you eating?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't you just have dinner? What are you snacking on? Okay. Santa is cut out. He is colored. He is glittery. Ta-da! Oh, I think he's eating chips. Okay, I'm going to put Santa on that, and then I'm going to cut a piece of this. Oh, I don't want to waste a whole piece of this though. It's so pretty, but it's got to be used. Okay. All right. Ooh, it's double sided. It's so pretty. All right, we're just going to cut a little piece of this though. First, let's cut this. Let's see, can we get by with 3? That's a little small. So 3 by 4 maybe. 3 by 3.5. This is how I measure. I eyeball it. Okay, 3 by 3.5 we're going to go with. To frame off Santa. Okay, that looks good. So then I only need to cut the red paper just slightly larger. Or do we want the red paper to be the whole background? It's so pretty. If we go 5 by 3.75. That might work. We'll do 5 by 3.75. Ooh, he's so pretty. Ah! Oh, yeah. And the little shimmer in his hat goes well with the little shimmer in the background. I feel like I need to matte this in black too. Let me get another piece of black. Hold on. The black is also Paper Insider black. So this is going to be 5.25 by 4. Yes. Yes. And then it's like Santa saying, you are on the naughty list. Or do I just have him say, ho, ho, ho. And then I'll put you're on the naughty list on the inside. Okay. Let's start gluing. So Paper Insider is a quarterly paper subscription. And it's all of these sourced papers from all over the world. And I mean, it's paper like this. Look at this paper. It's so unique and different. You can't just walk into a Michael's or a Joann's, which doesn't even exist anymore, or a Hobby Lobby and find this paper. So it's a surprise box of papers that you would get every quarter. And I want to say it's $29.95 and it includes shipping. So it's a beautiful box of sourced papers from all over the world. You can also do a whole year, and I think it's like $109 for the whole year. But I love the box because you never know what kind of surprises you're going to get. The goodies that are in there are just fabulous. And yeah, I have the link down below. But they also have a bunch of other wonderful papers. So if you're not interested in getting surprise boxes of papers quarterly, you can purchase their other papers. They have a beautiful white smooth cardstock. They have this really nice thick black cardstock that I love. It's this black Savoy cardstock that I get. It's a really smooth or really thick cotton black cardstock that I use for better pressing. And it looks great with my Lisa Horton inks because of how it better presses. It's so nice. They have this box of brand new holographic papers. They have a sparkle and shine box. Just so many different things that you can get from them. So not just the subscription, great subscription to give to any craft friends. If you are looking for somebody who has everything, it's probably something that you might want to consider giving as a gift. But I just did an unboxing not too long ago if you want to go and check that out. Oh, Santa, you look amazing. I went to the dry cleaners the other day, and in front of me was a Santa dropping off his suit for dry cleaning. And his t-shirt said something like, whatever business he worked for, something handyman, like whatever it was, like Joe Handyman or something like that. And I just giggled to myself and I took a picture of him like dropping off his suit for dry cleaning. And he turned around and I was like, it's almost that time, Santa. And he's like, yeah, I got to get the suit clean. And I was like, you guys, Santa's a handyman when he's not making toys. So cute. Okay. I almost forgot about the sentiment. All right. All right. This will be for one of my fun, snarky friends. So again, fun little live with you guys tonight. This stamp and die set is already available and out at Spellbinders. I would appreciate if you guys used my link. If you're shopping at scrapbook.com or Ranger, I also have my links for them down below in case you're looking for inks or anything else. Those affiliate links help to support my channel. They go towards me paying for Zoom. They go towards me paying for shipping when I do giveaways and things like that. They go towards me buying other things that maybe I don't have a design team or affiliate association with, and I just like to buy stuff like this stuff so I can share with you guys. So yes, I appreciate when you guys use my affiliate links. It does not cost you anything extra at all, and it just lets those companies know that I sent you their way. So here was the first card. Very easy to do. And these were all very easy to do. And again, I think somebody said, hey, these look like they would be very easy to mass produce. And yes, I think they would. And here is the third card. Fun, fun, fun. All right, so let me know in the comments after the video which one is your favorite. Is it Sleigh all the way with Santa and the sleigh? Is it Let It Snow with the snowflakes? Or is it Ho, 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 you've been naughty? Let me know after the video. Thank you guys for hanging out with me live. Again, this is called the Ho 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 Bundle, Stamps and Dies from Spellbinders. I will have the links for everything in the comments. Most everything is available over at Spellbinders. The only things that we're not are the Stellar inks, which you can pick up at scrapbook.com or Ranger Paper Insider, which the link is down below. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you hanging out with me. You can give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, I would appreciate if you guys would consider subscribing and click the bell so you get notifications. And join my Facebook group, the Foiling Snobs Club. I would love to see anything you guys have made with any of Simon Hurley's stamps. We have new albums that we've put in our group, and those albums are to give anybody any kind of influence on anything. So there's Gina K, there's Spellbinders, there's Simon Hurley, there's Kevin Nakagawa, which we just talked about, his Stampscape stamps. So if there's any company that you would like to see an album for, just let me know and I will put an album in there. And then anytime you need inspiration or influence, like, hey, I'm kind of hitting a wall and I need birthday cards, there's a birthday card album. There's Pink and Maine. You just go in there, and if you've made cards, we want to see your cards in there because everybody can inspire somebody. It doesn't have to be very complicated. You can see I can make very simple cards. I can add a little something to add a little bit of oomph. We want to see your creation. So go into the albums, just post what you made and what you used, and share a little bit of influence and inspire somebody to make something. Thank you guys for hanging out. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.